I feel lonely just being in the court. I hope there's something better to do. Oh. Hi Asha. I'm Judge Benedict Harrison. How can I help?
I received a message from Brody saying that the Disney villains and Pixar villains should be in prison. But, instead they escaped.
Can you be specific? How many people and who are they?
Well, this may be long. But here we go. Dr. Facilier, the voodoo man, has started kidnapping Prince Naveen, of Meldonia. He then killed Raymond the Firefly. Second, Mother Gothel has stolen Rapunzel as a baby because she wanted to stay young forever. Years later she killed Flynn Rider, who was renamed Eugene. Third, Captain Hook spent his whole life with his pirate crew, kidnapping and trying to kill Peter Pan. He even kidnapped Wendy, her brothers and the Lost Boys. Fourth, King Magnifico steals people's wishes after being trusted to keep them safe. Later, he becomes evil before betraying his wife, the Queen. He took me and threw me hard. Fifth, after realizing Elsa has ice powers that froze Arendelle completely, he decides to leave Anna after betraying her and attempt to kill Elsa after charging her with treason. Sixth, Sid kidnaps Woody and Buzz after finding them in the vending machine. He then tapes Buzz to a rocket and attempt to blow up Buzz. Seventh, Pete the prospector turned evil after Woody decides to leave them. He wrestles with Woody and scratches his shoulder with his pickaxe. He attempted to kill him. Eighth, Lotso from Sunnyside Daycare became villainous after turning Buzz evil by switching him from play to demo. He attacks Woody after being thrown in the dumpster. Ninth, Gabby captures Forky, Bonnie's toy, after finding them in the antique store. Gabby wanted to steal Woody's voice box, but Harmony rejected her. 10th, Syndrome, who was Buddy Pine, wanted to be Mr. Incredible's sidekick, but Mr. Incredible decides to reject him, saying he works alone. Syndrome has decided to kill him. 11th, the Underminer destroys the city with a big powerful drill. Unfortunately, the Underminer escapes. Hope he is found soon. 12th, the Screenslaver hijacks the train, and the screams, making the train go backwards. Then Elastigirl manages to stop him, by taking off that mask, revealing a pizza man. And last but not least, Evelyn Deaver betrays Elastigirl by placing a mask on her face, saying her quote, "You are good." Evelyn escapes but gets caught and sent to prison.
What? Are you serious right now? All of those villains are out of prison? They're free? They should be convicted of their crimes. Especially murder, cruelty, and kidnapping. Asha, dear, that's 13 total. I will send 13 officers to bring them to court so I can give them their fate. Stay here. This will be eye-opening for everyone.
Well boys, we finally escaped with the Toy Story and the Incredibles villains. This is so cool.
I agree. This was the best plan to begin with.
Yay. I wonder why that was easy to escape prison.
I suppose that was evil, but we're villains to begin with.
Whenever I see Peter Pan, I will take him and kill him.
You 5 are under arrest. Put your hands behind your backs. All of you.
For what? What did we do?
Stop talking, Facilier. I think you all know why. So the judge will tell you. But anyways, let's go.
This is so great. We've been free. We finally got out of prison. I stole Woody and Buzz. After that, I taped Buzz to a rocket.
I've decided to not let Woody leave. He wanted to go to Japan with us, but he changed his mind and wanted to leave. I scratched his shoulder.
I've been a villain since the beginning of Toy Story 3. I treated the new toys like prisoners after I sent them to the caterpillar room.
I captured Forky and stole Woody's voice box.
You 4 are under arrest. Put your hands behind your backs.
Ha ha ha. We can't believe we were set free from prison. I attempted to kill Mr. Incredible and his family.
I caused destruction on Mr. Incredible's city, and luckily, I escaped in time.
I hijacked every signal possible to hypnotize everyone. Later, I tased Elastigirl. Unfortunately, she caught up with me.
I betrayed Elastigirl by placing a mask that hypnotized her, Mr. Incredible, and even Frozone, and even Tricker, my brother Winston.
You four are under arrest.
What? Why? What did we do?
You think we're dumb? You're lying. You're all going to court with the others. Hey, Mr. Harrison. We found and arrested 13 of the criminals who are villains in their movies. We will bring them in one group at a time.
Good. Bring in the Incredibles villains first. Well. Looks like we have some foolish criminals who starts the chaos. Hey! Who are you to call us foolish criminals? How dare you so much? Shut your God-forsaken mouth, Syndrome. Also, you are convicted of murder, attempted murder and destruction of a big city. What do you have to say for yourself? Well, as a kid, I've been loving Mr. Incredible for years. I wanted to be his sidekick because I'm his #1 fan. He rejected me and said he works alone. Besides, I've been taken by the police and my mom sent me to my room. I gave up loving Mr. Incredible and decided to end his life. So that's why I did all that because of him. Are you kidding me? Destroying the city and attempting to kill Mr. Incredible and his family should never be an option to begin with. You are too young to be a superhero. And honestly, being a superhero requires full responsibility, superpowers and keeping the city safe from ruin. You are a terrible superhero, Syndrome. Underminer, you are convicted of destruction of the city of Municeburg. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, as you can see, I've been in Underminer for years. Despite Underminer is my favorite job. That's why I wreaked havoc on that city.
Underminer, obviously, I'm not buying that story. Being an Underminer doesn't destroy buildings or property. That's the best excuse you can come up with? Wow. Just wow. Screenslaver, you are convicted of illegally hijacking signals, devices, screens and even sending the train backwards, which could have killed people. For short, attempted murder.
Well, clearly, Elastigirl shouldn't be a superhero to begin with. She was rummaging through my secret lab. I tased her 5 times for rummaging through my lab.
She had the right to be a superhero because Winston Deaver picked her before Mr. Incredible and Frazzoni. She gets paid to break the law for good reasons. You are a terrible person, Deaver. You are convicted of betrayal, hypnotizing superheroes, and attempt to escape from Elastigirl. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I'm not sorry for that betrayal. Elastigirl got what she deserved for fighting the Screenslaver. I betrayed her because she stopped the train from going backwards to death.
Are you bloody serious? That's even worse than Screenslaver's sins. If Elastigirl didn't stop the train in time, the people in the train would have been injured severely. Besides, it's not acceptable to just do that and get away with it. Apparently, you've no idea how much damage you endured. Shame on you.
Excuse me, Judge. But I believe they have no remorse. So I'll skip the pleading. Can you start the sentence?
Very well, Asha. Syndrome, for murder, attempted murder, and destruction of Municeburg City. You are sentenced to 25 years in prison. No. I just wanted to be a sidekick. 25 years? That's not fair. Yes, it is. Don't argue with the judge. 25 years is what you got. Underminer, for destruction of Municeburg City and attempting to escape, you are sentenced to 30 years in prison.
Oh, no. Not 30 years? I can't live that long for 30 years like this. That can't be fair.
Shut up, Underminer. That's what you get and you'll just have to deal with it. Screenslaver, for attempted murder, hijacking signals, and assault on a superhero. You are sentenced to 6 decades in prison.
Oh no. What have I done? Now I'm gonna live most of my life behind bars.
Too bad, so sad. Life isn't fair. If you haven't been hiding illegal stuff the police found in your lab, attempting to murder and assaulting Elastigirl, this wouldn't have happened. Evelyn Deaver, for betraying Elastigirl, making hypnotizing masks, and attempted to destroy the city with a dump-tech yacht, you are sentenced to life in prison without parole.
No. Not life. I've been a Pixar character since 2017. You can't give my life away. My brother Winston Deaver is gonna be mad at me.
I heard that you are the sister of Winston Deaver, according to the Incredibles wiki. I did watch the Incredibles 2 movie, years ago. But anyways, too bad. This is what you get for your sins and atrocities. You will never be a free woman ever again since you're spending life behind bars. Police, take them away and bring the Toy Story villains here right now.
What is going on? Why are there angry people glaring at us?
Yeah. Why were we brought here?
Stop talking, both of you. You four are brought here because you are criminals. You are criminals because you four are charged with toy cruelty, mistreatment, hostage, etc. However, I will go through them one by one. Sid Phillips, you are convicted of kidnapping, cruelty, harassment, and attempted murder. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I'm aware of those charges. But anyways, I wanted those toys for a long time. I was just playing with my sister Hannah. By taking her doll and beheading it and scaring her.
Sid, that was very insane of you to do that. You stole Andy's toys, and took your sister's doll and cut its head off and scared her heartlessly. You even taped Buzz to a rocket and wanted to blow him up. Not long after you blew up a Combat Carl action figure. Do you realize that's toy abuse? You should be ashamed, moving forward. Stinky Pete, aka Prospector, you are convicted of hostaging and attempted murder. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, clearly, Woody decided to stay with us until Buzz Lightyear and his dim-witted friends arrived. Buzz told Woody something about being loved by a kid. Woody lied to us about staying and wanted to leave us. So I locked the vent door to keep them from leaving. Then we wrestled each other and I scratched Woody's shoulder.
That is no excuse for taking Woody hostage. Buzz told Woody that love is worth living if you're being loved by a kid. But you decided on your own to keep him hostage. You should realize that keeping someone hostage and attempting to kill him is illegal. You should be arrested. And you are now. You're the worst person ever. Shame on you. Lotso, you are convicted of mistreatment, trickery, and even attempted murder. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, the reason I did those things was because Woody wasn't happy with his friends being selfish about being played with by different people. When his friends tried to escape, we cornered them. Not long after we turned Buzz evil against his friends. Buzz beat them up and we all threw them in the toy boxes. Except Mr. Potato Head, who was in the sandbox. They deserved all that because we were running low on volunteers for the Caterpillar Kids.
Lotso, that's not how toys are meant to be treated. Whether the toys are safe for kids or not, they were there because they want to make kids happy again. You should be ashamed. Gabby. You are convicted of kidnapping, hostaging and stealing Woody's voice box. What do you have to say for yourself, young lady?
Well, Woody and Forky were caught looking for something at the store. I've been looking for a voice box because mine was broken. Until I found Woody's. Afterwards, me and the dummies confront Woody and Bo Peep after her sheep bit one of my dummies.
Now see here, Gabby. Woody and Forky were looking for Bo Peep in the antique store, until you decide to capture Forky just for Woody's voice box. Besides, Bonnie was devastated to see that Forky is gone. Buzz had to leave the RV to find Woody and Forky. It was all because of you. That's called kidnapping. Shame on you. So, since I adjudicate you all guilty of kidnapping, hostage, attempted murder, destruction, cruelty, and abuse, it's time for you all to learn your fate. Sid Phillips, for toy abuse, murder, attempted murder, stealing Hannah's doll and beheading it, you are sentenced to 10 years in juvenile detention center.
You can't do that to me. That feels like life in prison. This is not fair.
Shut up, Sid. That's what you get for what you did. Now shut up or I'll fine you in contempt of court and double your sentence. Stinky Pete, for attempted murder, hostaging, and punching Buzz Lightyear in the face, you are sentenced to 35 years in prison.
Are you serious? 35 years? For what I did to Woody. But that's not fair. That sentence is too long. I won't live in prison that long.
You expect me to believe that and reduce your sentence? No. It's not gonna bother me a bit. You get 35 years and that's final. Lotso, for mistreating Woody's friends, turning Buzz evil against his friends, and for being replaced by your owner, you are sentenced to 54 years in prison.
No, you can't be serious. 54 years? That feels like life in prison. I won't live that long there.
I don't care. Gabby, for kidnapping, hostage,ing and trying to steal Woody's voice box, you are sentenced to 78 years in prison.
What, 78 years? Why? I can't last that long in prison. That's not fair.
Shut up, Gabby. Cry all you want. This is your punishment for what you did. I hope you learn your lesson for 78 years. Police, take them away and bring the last group.
Well. Looks like we have King Magnifico, along with Mother Gothel, Dr. Facilier, Captain Hook and Prince Hans of Arendelle.
Asha. Of course it was you. You framed us. We didn't do anything today. How dare you?
You can't just frame us like that. That's not how it works. You should be in prison.
What is the matter with you? You can't just get us in trouble for.
I didn't say either of you can talk. Prince Hans of Arendelle, you are convicted of betrayal and attempted murder. What do you have to say for this matter?
Because Elsa completely froze Arendelle. Anna told me that only an act of true love can save her, so I betrayed her and left her alone. Then I brought the army to capture Elsa. I charged Elsa with treason and tried to kill her. But thanks to Anna that stopped me.
That was very fiendishly insane of you to do that. Anna was in the right to stop you from killing her. Because you betrayed her and left her to freeze like liquid nitrogen. Captain Hook, you are convicted of kidnapping, attempted murder and even captured Tiger Lily. What do you have to say for yourself?
Apparently, Peter Pan has been making my life hell for years. I've grown irate with his immature and bratty actions. Even the Lost Boys annoyed me the most.
Says the one who tried to kill Peter Pan. You're the one acting like a fool. First of all, killing someone and kidnapping children is never the right answer to start with. To make matters worse, you even captured Tiger Lily and ended up being followed by a crocodile. Do you realize that's attempted murder and kidnapping? You should be ashamed. Dr. Facilier, you are convicted of illegal use of dark magic, voodoo magic, murder and attempting kidnapping. What do you have to say for yourself?
There's a good reason why. I sent my shadows to find Prince Naveen, who is a frog, and capture him. I killed a firefly because he killed my shadows. After that, Tiana defeated me.
That is not a good reason at all. Clearly, there is a strict law about using dark magic. You should never use dark magic for bad reasons. Tiana broke the talisman and killed you. Mother Gothel, you are convicted of kidnapping, murder, and being an overprotective parent. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I found a gold flower that keeps me young forever. I've been hoarding that flower until someone found it and stole it and gave it to the queen. Afterwards, a baby was born. I stole Rapunzel because I didn't want to be an old lady. Years later, Flynn Rider came to the tower, and I killed him for trespassing. He deserves to die.
First of all, it's Eugene Fitzherbert to you. Secondly, Rapunzel realized that you stole her and remembered that she is the lost princess because of you. And finally, King Magnifico, you are convicted of stealing people's wishes, using forbidden magic, giving bodily harm to Asha, which is aggravated assault and turning evil. Well, Captain Obvious, I plead not guilty because Asha wished on a star and started havoc on roses. I was only using it to put things back to normal. But it went out of control. Hey! Don't call me Captain Obvious. Asha told me that you were the one becoming evil because the star she wished on spreaded joy and fairy tale like. But you decided to end that, and like I said before, you plead not guilty? I said there will be no pleading because none of you are remorseful. Prince Hans, for attempted murder and betrayal, you are sentenced to 10 years in prison. Captain Hook, for kidnapping, attempted murder, you are sentenced to 25 years in prison. Dr. Facilier, for illegal use of magic and voodoos, murder, you are sentenced to 50 years in prison. Mother Gothel, for kidnapping, murder, and being overprotective parent, you are sentenced to 75 years in prison. All of you get out of here. Except King Magnifico. Police, Take them away, but leave King Magnifico here. We have something for him. Your Honor. Before you give the sentence, I just want to say that I'm really sorry for what I did in Roses. I admit that it was wrong to use the forbidden book of magic. Asha, I understood why you want the star that you sang a song about. You just wanted to make Roses better. Even giving your Saba his wish on his 100th birthday, I was in the wrong for turning evil and betraying my wife, Queen Amaya. I just wanted to restore the balance of nature before it gets out of control. I admit that I was trusted to keep people's wishes for their birthday only. But I realized that this would be too unfair, and too dangerous. Now I see that I was being unfair.
King Magnifico, are you saying we should forget everything you did and give you another chance?
Yeah. Maybe you can just let bygones be bygones. Would you accept my apology, and let me see my wife?
Wow, King Magnifico, you admit to everything you told us. Now you won't do those bad things anymore. For this, your apology is... denied.
Are you kidding me? Right now?
I'm serious. Since my Saba turned 100, I wanted to request my Saba's wish for his birthday. To make the situation worse, you even hoarded all the wishes from people selfishly. Regardless whether you are the King of Roses or not, you can't be stealing people's wishes just because their wishes aren't what you don't like to see. You've ruined all people's wishes and even trapped my star in your magic staff after blocking the sky with dark smoke to ban all the wishing for good.
Also, you're not sorry at all. You did all those naughty things on purpose. Now time to hand out your sentence. You are sentenced to death. This means, you will be sent to hell and you'll burn until you become ash. You're the naughtiest villain ever. Send out the portal. Ugh. Serves him right. Hey everyone. King Magnifico is dead.
I can see a rainbow in your tears as they fall down. I can see your soul grow.
I feel good today. I'm so glad to be working here. As a boss, I even fired Bob. Why? Because he threw me through 3 walls. Hi officer. What can I do for you?
Are you Gilbert Huff?
Yes I am. Why?
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
What? What the hell are you doing to me? Why are you arresting me?
Well, you've been a very abusive, grumpy, and impatient boss to Bob Parr. You should know that acting this way can get you in deep trouble. So, let's go.
Hey. Did you just bring me back from the land of the dead? Why? What is the matter?
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
What? Why?
You are under arrest. For copyright infringement, murder, attempted murder, and stealing Hector's songs and instruments. You should learn to give up if Hector wants to.
Ha 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 ha. I'm Bon Voyage. Time to blow up this house.
Not so fast. You're under arrest, Bon Voyage. For bombing buildings and make death threats for people. And even tagged a bomb to kill Buddy Pine. That's attempted murder. Let's go.
Al McQuegan, I must have a word with you. Come here.
Yes, officer, what's going on?
I'm afraid you are under arrest. For stealing Andy's favorite toy. You even tried to sell him to a Tokyo museum in Japan. That's theft. Turn around.
Oh come on, that should not be a crime.
Enough talking. Come with me.
You're under arrest, bowler hat guy. For brainwashing, conspiracy, reckless endangerment, vandalism, sabotage, etc.
Hey! Let me go.
Shut up. Let's go.
Oh my god. Shrek and Fiona, how dare you give us an April Fool's prank? It's not even April and you made us look like fools because you crushed us with a giant TV.
Because of you, we suffered severe injuries. We barely can walk now.
We are so mad at both of you. That's it.
Lord Farquaad, it's time for their punishment.
That's right. Instant death.
We found them. It's those wanted criminals who were about to kill Shrek and Fiona. Let's get them.
Not so fast. You four are under arrest. Put your hands behind your backs.
Hey, what did we do? Let us go right now.
That's enough talking. You four are being arrested for your crimes. The judge will explain them to you all and ask what you four have to say for yourselves.
Now march to the police car. Let's go.
Shrek and Fiona, are you both okay?
Yeah. I guess we are. We were almost killed by that chainsaw Lord Farquaad was gonna use on us.
Well, we are the GoAnimate City Police. We heard you both did an April Fool's prank on the primary villains, who were so mad, they wanted to kill you both.
Wow. So you and the other officers saved us? Thank you officers so much. You're our heroes.
You're welcome. We'll need to take you to the courthouse and you both can explain what the villains did to you to the judge. Let's go.
Good afternoon. Did you arrest all 9 of
Yes,
the criminals?
I did. The 9 criminals are the Shrek villains, Lord Farquaad, Fairy Godmother, Prince Charming, Rumpelstiltskin, Bon Voyage, Ernesto de la Cruz, Gilbert Huff, Al McQuiggan, and Bowler Hat Guy. We will bring them in. Let's bring in the other Pixar villains first.
Yes, please. Bring in the Pixar villains before the Shrek villains. Bring them here, now.
Oh, my god. What is happening? I have to get my paperwork done.
Yeah, I should be working right now, not coming to court.
Before you continue, Judge, but those aren't the villains that tricked us, or tried to kill us.
I understand Shrek, but they need to be punished for their crimes too. We can deal with them after we deal with the other Disney and Pixar villains. Bowler Head Guy, you are convicted of brainwashing, conspiracy, fraud, kidnapping, attempted murder, piracy, reckless endangerment, sabotage, vandalism, trespassing and theft. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, as you may know, it was all Lewis's fault. He kept me up all night working on his stupid project. I was too tired to play baseball. If it wasn't for Lewis, I wouldn't be bad.
Well, clearly, Lewis just wanted to make a project for the science fair. You should just ignore the noise. You even wanted revenge on him, right? You should realize that attempted murder, piracy, vandalism and trespassing are crimes. And you should know that this will get you in trouble. And you're in trouble now. Al McQuiggan, you are convicted of grand larceny, public endangerment, reckless driving, assault, slander, and destruction of property. What do you have to say for yourself?
Alright, fine. I stole Woody from Andy's mom because I wanted to complete my roundup gang. After that, I brought him and the gang with me and sent them on a plane to Japan, until they escaped. I wore my chicken mascot to work because I had to. It's part of my job.
That was very insane. That is no excuse for stealing the toy. If Andy's mom said it's not for sale, then don't argue or even steal Woody at all. Bon Voyage, you are convicted of multiple charges, like destruction of property, robbery, attempted murder, illegal possession of bombs and evading justice. What do you have to say for yourself?
Alright, fine. I admit. I was just a mime until somebody made fun of me because I look like a clown. However, I take full responsibility and beg for mercy.
Well, at least, you became apologetic. And you said you take full responsibility and that you were a mime before. But you should realize, Remy Bonneau, that you caused big crimes. But anyways, you'll have to deal with being punished next, because you're still a planet-wide criminal. Ernesto de la Cruz, you are convicted of crimes like murder, theft, kidnapping, poisoning, attempted child murder, treason, fraud, assault, battery, sabotage, psychological abuse, abuse of power, and even copyright infringement. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, Hector wanted to just quit on me for no reason. I never wanted to quit making music, but he decides regardless. I poisoned him to keep him from leaving. I've killed Hector before. I stole all his songs. I did that because I wanted to keep a part of him alive.
That was so dumb of you to poison Hector. You should never do that. Besides, Hector got homesick. He wanted to leave, but like you said, you killed him by poisoning his drink. You should realize that this is murder, and copyright infringement. Killing the real owner of the song is never the right option. You are a bad person. Shame on you. Gilbert Huff, you are convicted of conspiracy, abuse of power, assault, battery, negligence, slander, hate crimes, and unlawful surveillance. What do you have to say for yourself?
As you can see, I've been through a lot of anger issues, which haven't been dealt with. I prevented Bob from stopping a thug from beating and robbing. It's none of Bob's business.
I didn't ask for your excuse, Gilbert Huff. You should realize even if you brought him in a meeting, Bob just wanted to stop that thug. But you pushed him over the limit. And honestly, you deserved all the karma. Which was being thrown through 3 walls and being hospitalized. Bowlerhead guy, for brainwashing, conspiracy, fraud, kidnapping, attempted murder, piracy, endangerment, sabotage, vandalism, trespassing, and theft, you are sentenced to 24 years in prison, and 11 years of probation.
No. Not 24 years. Why do I get probation? That makes no sense.
Shut up, Bowlerhead guy. Ow. For larceny, reckless driving, assault, destruction of property, etc., you are sentenced to 30 years in prison, and 15 years of probation.
No, you can't do that to me. That's the worst sentence ever. And 15 years of probation?
I don't care, Al. Bomb voyage, for destruction of property, robbery, child endangerment, evading justice, etc., you are sentenced to 37 years in prison. No probation.
This is what I really deserve. 37 years. I'll be an old man before I get out of prison. What is wrong with me?
Shut up. I don't want to hear your false pleading. Ernesto de la Cruz, for murder, abuse, child abuse, copyright infringement, theft, kidnapping, poisoning, and psychological abuse. You are sentenced to 40 years in prison without probation.
Well, that's just great. 40 years? I can last forever unlike the rest of you.
Enough talking. Gilbert Huff, for conspiracy, corruption, abuse of power, negligence, etc., you are sentenced to 50 years in prison. No probation.
Oh no, what have I done? Now I'm gonna permanently lose my job and someone will take over my job as a boss.
For the last time. I don't care. Police, take them away and bring in the last group, Shrek villains.
Well. If it isn't the idiotic villains we pranked days ago. I'll be damned.
Hey, we're not through with you stupid ogres. That's it. We are gonna.
I didn't say you can talk, Lord Farquaad. Shrek and Fiona have a right point about you four. You are convicted of murder, usurpation, vandalism, unlawful imprisonment, torture, abuse of power, psychological abuse, etc. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I wanted to marry Princess Fiona, until she fell in love with Shrek over me. I grew furious with the fairy tale creatures, so much, I wanted them behind bars for good. I even attempted to kill Fiona before I was swallowed by a female dragon. Then, Shrek and Fiona crushed us with a giant TV.
You know what? Do not mention the giant TV incident. That was a prank you all deserve for your crimes. Secondly, you've been abusing every fairy tale creature for no reason. Fairy godmother, you are convicted of attempted murder, treason, slavery, abuse of power, attempted menticide, identity theft, and even false imprisonment. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, my son, Prince Charming grew jealous of Shrek after he married Fiona. Shrek ruined his chances of getting Fiona to be my son's queen. And I even made a deal with King Harold.
That was so much eviler than Lord Farquaad's crimes. You tricked Fiona's father into sending her back to the tower where Shrek rescued her. You should realize that tricking her dad is conspiracy and treason. You are a bad lady fairy. Shame on you. Prince Charming, you are convicted of forcing Fiona to marry you, avenge your mother, assaulting Fiona in a sexual way, endangerment and even trying to kill Shrek. What do you have to say for yourself? Like my mom said, I grew jealous of Shrek and Fiona who are married. My mom wanted me to marry the princess, because Shrek ruined my chances of winning her. Sincerely, I tricked Fiona after dealing with Shrek for turning her into an ogre. So that's why I did all those to keep her from being any uglier. Prince Charming, it's your mother that made you evil. She's a bad influence, and you've no idea how much she made you that way. You are the worst excuse for a prince. You are convicted of serial murder, infanticide, abuse of power, domestic violence, brainwashing, enslavement, animal cruelty, and even evading arrest.
I manipulated Fiona into bringing the rebel ogres to his imprisonment. Right after I persuaded Shrek into signing his magic contract that ceases him to exist.
First of all, that is manipulation, murder, and attempted murder. You've been trying to kill Fiona and decided to rule the world for all eternity, but you've been stopped. So, do any of you have anything to say for yourselves?
Well, Judge, we do have something to say. We are really sorry for what we did to Shrek and Fiona. We were in the wrong for thinking that murder and manipulation are right choices.
That's true. We've been very pessimistic about that since you and Fiona were married.
Are we just
We've been very selfish
dreaming
and jealous because
to
we
never
don't
stop
have good stuff like you
believing
both do.
you're not alone?
First of all,
Come back
Shrek,
to
we were
me.
nice to
I'm
you or your
waiting
wife,
for
Fiona.
you.
Perhaps, maybe if the
time's
judge
a
can let us go with a
healer,
warning, we can fix the mistakes
will
we
dry my
made, and we can be
tears
friends.
next to
Yay.
you with
So
your
maybe
hand
the
in
judge
mine.
can let us
I know
go
you
scot-free,
feel me
accept our apology,
here.
and maybe let bygones
I
be
wait for
bygones.
that day.
So what do you say?
I
Will you let us
wish
go?
I could say
You
when
guys
we will
completely
hold
realized
each
what you did is illegally bad,
other,
and you all apologized.
darling.
That's
I
fantastic, and you
wish
guys
you
won't do those bad things
well. One
again.
day we'll be happy, oh.
Denied.
What? Are you serious?
They're serious. You all started the most unforgivable crimes that Shrek and Fiona would never be friends with you if you were the last characters on the planet, for crimes like murder, attempted murder, manipulation, vandalism, treason, kidnapping, torture, cruelty, abuse of power, identity theft, sexual assault, and even endangerment. You four are sentenced to death. This means you all will be sent to hell, and you'll burn like ash. Send out the portal.
Hey, Chantel. It's Victor Quartermain. We're here to ask you if you like to go to the mall with us.
Oh yeah, the mall? Yeah. I would love to go to the mall. Let's go. Guys, behind you.
Hey, what is going on? Why are we cuffed?
Yeah, we're being arrested for no reason.
You four are under arrest.
What are we arrested for?
We don't have time to explain. The judge will explain everything to you. Let's go.
Uncle Philip, why are we waiting here?
Because I'm thinking of some place to eat. Maybe McDonald's?
Are you Philip Sherman and Darla Sherman?
Yeah? Why? Hey, why are you arresting us? What did we do?
Yeah. We are just going somewhere to eat.
Shut up. You both are under arrest.
Hey, don't speak to my niece like that.
We both said shut up. Now let's go.
Wow, Jin, this is such a perfect restaurant. I'm so glad you liked it.
This is a 5-star rating fast food place.
Jin, I need to have a word with your wife.
This is concerning. I better go home and tell my daughter.
I'm afraid, Mom, you are under arrest.
What am I being arrested for?
Well, you have a lot of crimes and charges. And some are felonies. But I'm not gonna tell those to you. The judge will. Let's go.
Hey, what's grabbing me?
Ercole Visconti. You are under arrest. For your crimes. The judge will explain the crimes to you. Not me. We're not wasting time right now. Let's go.
Wow guys, I can't believe we teamed up together. Well, we are villains. What do you all want to do?
Yeah. I captured Lucy before I turned myself into a monster.
I became a villain ever since I was a kid. I was in a TV show about taking over Hollywood.
Well, I've captured Gru's son, Gru Jr. and turned him into a cockroach and turned him against Gru.
Hey, what's going on?
You four are under arrest. We're not arguing or wasting time. Let's go. Good morning, Officer Wade Bronson. Did you get all 12 of the criminals?
Yes. I'll bring in 4 people at a time. Chantal Dubois, Nana, Victor Quartermain, and Big John Horner.
Hey, what is going on here? Where are we?
That's enough talking from any of you. I'm Judge Benedict Harrison, and you're brought here because of your crimes and atrocities. So, I pretty much adjudicate you all guilty, but first, Chantal Dubois, you are convicted of serial animal murder, animal cruelty, poaching, assault, battery, trespassing, grand theft auto, and even larceny. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, my goals were to kill Alex and have his head so I can complete my collection. But then, I decided to destroy Circus Zaragoza because Alex and his friends foiled my plans not long before they tranquilized me in the rear. They deserved all of that, because of what they did to me.
That is no excuse for larceny, attempted murder and even destroying a circus? Are you kidding me? You are such an insane person. You were vituperatively cruel towards animals, going from mercilessly hunting them down, and then using their decapitated heads as trophies. That is animal cruelty. Nana, who is voiced by Eliza Gabrielli, you are convicted of attempted mass murder, blackmail, theft, and even kidnapping. What do you have to say for yourself?
I know this is none of your business, but it was Alex's fault. I've had my handbag snatched no less than 3 times. I stopped the water with Makwinga and accused him for my handbag. So that's why I pulverized Alex, then later Makwinga. Serves them right.
That is not how you solve a problem. Like I said to Chantal, if she hasn't hurt, or even killed animals, in any way that harms them, this wouldn't have happened. But it happened. Victor Quartermain, you are convicted of attempted murder, abuse, theft, vandalism, and even animal cruelty. What do you have to say for yourself?
I grew jealous of Wallace after Lady Tottington fell in love with him. There was a were-rabbit, which turned out to be Wallace himself. I attempted to kill him to save Tottington. If Wallace just let me fall in love with Lady Tottington, then I wouldn't have to kill him.
That was very insane of you to do that. That's not how true love even works. It's up to Lady Tottington to decide whom she can love. You've been bullying Wallace just to marry her. Big Jack Horner, you are convicted of mass murder, multiple counts of theft, mass property destruction, terrorism and abuse. What do you have to say for this matter?
Well, since Puss in Boots gave up his heroism, I planned to kill him and Kitty Softpaws for foiling my plans. I made those plans to rule the world, but all because of that dumb cat.
Puss and Kitty had the right to stop you because of how villainous you became. Not only that, you've been attempted to kill them with those fairy tale creatures that you've tricked. You've been maintaining your criminal empire, and continued gaining power and causing chaos across the world by enhancing the dark and magical powers within you. Pity. So, since I adjudicate you all guilty, we'll move on to the sentence for you all to learn your fate. So, Chantal Dubois, for serial animal murder, animal cruelty, poaching, jailbreak, stalking, resisting arrest, you are sentenced to 28 years in prison with no supervision.
No, what have I done? Now I'm gonna spend 28 years in prison. I'm supposed to be killing animals. That's my job.
Not anymore, since you decide to take it too far by demolishing a circus. That's destruction of property. Moving forward, Nana, for theft, kidnapping, blackmail, and even attempted murder, you are sentenced to 37 years in prison.
No. 37 years? How can this be? I'm in my late 60s. Give me 10 years and that's enough.
No. You get 37 years. And that's final. Victor Quartermain, for attempted murder, theft, abuse, vandalism, you are sentenced to 46 years in prison.
No. You can't do that to me. That's the longest sentence for me. This isn't fair. Wah.
Shut up, Victor. Big Jack Horner, for mass murder, attempted world domination, organized crime, animal cruelty, you are sentenced to 55 years in prison.
No. Not 55 years. I can't live that long in prison.
For the last time, I don't care. Police, take them away, and bring in the Pixar group.
Where are we? Is that Judge Benedict Harrison?
Yeah, I'm starting to feel deep anxiety. Uncle Philip, what is this?
Is that my husband? Why is he here?
Hey, get us out of here right now.
Judge, please let us go.
You all are about to be held in contempt of court if you don't shut up. Ming Li, your husband had to come here, 'cause I told him to. Your daughter is at school. First of all, I'm not letting any of you go until I'm through with you all. Secondly, you're all in court for your crimes. Third, don't act stupid. Ming Li, you are convicted of misdemeanor, trespassing, terrorism, property destruction, and even attempted child abduction. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, my daughter Mei Lin Li is a bad girl. She was hustling the panda to entertain the school. She needed her pads to keep her from fecal incidents. She went to Four Town. Not only that, she even drew a picture of a boy from the Daisy Mart. I only did that because that boy she drew could be illegal.
Are you kidding me? You did not just bring pads. You were embarrassing the shit out of your daughter for no reason. You've been very overprotective and she didn't like it. Your daughter is not a bad girl. You're a bad girl this whole time. She hustled the panda for good reasons. And she is not a baby. She doesn't need pads. But you didn't care. Darla Sherman, you're convicted of a few things: manipulation, and attempted murder. What do you have to say for this matter?
I'm just a child, okay? I wanted a pet fish. That's it. God, you're annoying.
Watch your mouth, young lady. I'm this close to holding you in contempt of court. So you better keep your flap shut. Young spoiled brat.
Hey. You hurt my niece's feeling and made her cry. What do you think you're?
I didn't say you can talk, Philip Sherman. You are convicted of kidnapping, attempted murder. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I kidnapped Nemo, because I thought he would die in the ocean. I thought Nemo was in danger. You've seen me as a green scuba diver.
Being a scuba diver has nothing to do with the fact that you illegally kidnapped Nemo. He wasn't in danger until you stole him from a single dad. Marlon, your daughter is so entitled that she killed her last fish, after shaking a bag so violently that the fish stopped living and went belly up. You should realize your niece is evil. Ercole Visconti, You are convicted of harassment, psychological abuse, child abuse, animal cruelty, incrimination, and endangerment. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I'm not sorry for what I did. Julia made friends with Luca and Alberto for no reason. She threw up years ago at the bike race. It turns out her friends are sea monsters. So Guido, Sicchio and I hunt for sea monsters to keep our home safe.
Ercole, first of all, you're the one being a monster. By attempting to kill Julia's friends, that's what made you a danger to public safety. That's a crime. Shame on you, no pleading, obviously, you're all adjudicated guilty of your crimes. Ming Li, for being overprotective, misdemeanor, trespassing, you are sentenced to 24 years in prison.
24 years? In solitary confinement? That's not fair. That sentence is too long.
Shut up, Ming Li. Darla, for murdering your past, Fish and even attempting to murder Nemo, you are sentenced to 5 years in juvenile detention center.
Now I'm gonna be in detention center until I'm 13.
Philip Sherman, for kidnapping Nemo, and giving Nemo to Darla, whom she almost killed, you are sentenced to 40 years in prison, and you're forever fired from your job as a dentist.
No. I loved being a dentist since I got the job. Now that's redundant. Now someone is gonna take over my job.
Ercole Visconti, for attempted murder, psychological abuse, assault, battery, animal cruelty, and endangerment, you're sentenced to 20 years in prison.
No, I'm only 16 years old. Now I'm gonna miss 2 decades of winning in a bike race. I'll have to wait behind bars until I'm 36.
Like I already said before, I don't care. Police, take them away and bring in the Despicable Me primary villains. The last group. Jin. You can leave now.
Hey, what is the meaning of this?
Yeah, I gotta remodel my restaurant soon.
I've got to devour and conquer Hollywood because I had my show cancelled.
And I must find Gru, his family, and kill them.
That's enough shit from all of you. You're all brought here because you're all criminals. So, I'll adjudicate you all guilty after your story. Maxime Demao, you're convicted of attempted murder, abuse of power, psychological abuse, grand larceny, theft, child endangerment, and even unethical experimentation. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, so you may know, Mr. Gru has humiliated me after stealing my skills and talent. I grew jealous of him because of how he made me a criminal.
Max, you're the one who made yourself a criminal. Why? Because you turned yourself into a cockroach, kidnapped Gru's son and turned him against his father. Balthazar Brad, you are convicted of mass murder, attempted world domination, mass property damage, grand larceny, and resisting arrest. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, the reason all that happened was because my show was cancelled because of some rules for television that were broken. I took over Hollywood because of my show that they made. I took over Hollywood that made the show and cancelled it as revenge so that Hollywood would learn a lesson about cancelling my show.
That was very insane of you to do that. The studio that made your show had to cancel it, because there were health code violations, and toys that can harm children. Besides, attempted domination on Hollywood should never be an answer to begin with. But thanks to Gru and Drew that stopped you. You're a terrible villain. Shame on you, Eduardo Perez, you're convicted of brainwashing, kidnapping, unlawful imprisonment, suicide, terrorism, assault, theft, and crimes against humanity. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I was unaware that Gru and Lucy were working for the Anti-Villain League. I kidnapped the minions and turned them monstrous and evil to take over the world. Then, I taped Lucy to a rocket and turned myself into a monster. Not long before I was defeated. Gru then saved Lucy.
Not only that, you framed an employee at a mall, by hiding the PX41 transmutation serum in his store. That's manipulation. You even tried to kill Gru and Lucy for interference. And last but not least, Vector Perkins, you're convicted of grand larceny, smuggling, kidnapping, attempted murder, child abuse, vandalism, and illegal use of weaponry. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, Felonious Gru froze my head to begin with. He stole my shrink ray and used it to shrink the moon. Then I kidnapped 3 girls, Margot, Edith and Agnes. I did all that because of how Gru treated me.
That was very dumb of you, Vector. You were implying to your father that you were the #1 villain. But no. Gru is. You kidnapped the girls after Gru set them away. Vector, for manipulation, kidnapping, attempted murder, OSHA violation, you are sentenced to 15 years in juvenile prison. Eduardo, for bank robbery, attempted murder, incrimination, sabotage, assault, etc., you are sentenced to 30 years in prison. Balthazar Brad, for mass murder, attempted world domination, mass property damage, you're sentenced to 45 years in prison. And last but not least, Maxime Demao, for child endangerment, kidnapping, child abduction, attempted world domination, and even turning Gru's son against him. You are hereby sentenced to death. This means you'll be sent to hell and burn into ash. Send out the portal. Huh, I feel really bored just sitting here. What could I do? Well, I can play on my computer in case I get bored. Well, what do we have here? Hey, are those villains doing all that bad stuff? Did anxiety just kick out Riley's old and useful emotions? How dare she so much, huh? Hal Stewart, he became a superhero, who just turned evil from multiple rejections, decided to destroy the city. He prefers to be dubbed Titan. He's such a villain. What? Is that Chef Skinner from Ratatouille? Did he just spy on Alfredo Linguini? Because he's got a rat under his toga? He even tried to kill a rat. That's animal cruelty. Oh my god, Dr. Eggman. Look at him, he's been trying to kill Sonic. Not only that, he's the villain on every game he is in. Unacceptable. Well, next up, we have Plankton. He's been making threats against his rival Eugene Krabs. He's even been trying to swipe his secret formula. Well, he did get arrested a lot. Gasp. Vicky. Timmy Turner's and Chloe Carmichael's big enemy. Vicky should be charged with attempted murder, child abuse and gross negligence. How dare she abuse them that way? Oh my god, Denzel Crocker. He's so ugly. His ear is behind his neck. That's not even close, normal. He's also been trying to kill Timmy Turner. But Timmy's parents don't care? Ouch. Well, Charles Muntz, he's the one trying to kill a rare and non-existent bird. But Carl and Russell stopped him in time. But he did tie Russell to a chair. How abusive. Oh, and Bowser, he's worse than Dr. Eggman. He's clearly uglier than Denzel Crocker. He's been trying to kill Mario and Luigi just so he can forcefully marry Peach. Hey, bring me a police officer right now.
Yes, sir. How can I help you, sir?
I would like you and the other officers to arrest the following villains: Anxiety, Hal Stewart, Chef Skinner, Dr. Eggman, Plankton, Vicky, Denzel Crocker, Charles Muntz, and last but not the least, but the ugliest, Bowser. They've earned a lot of charges earlier though. Go now.
I think I know what you mean. I've checked through all the charges for those villains. I let the other officers know. We'll be back.
Well, it's time for me to have some lunch at McDonald's. I wonder what I should have for McDonald's.
Actually, Anxiety, you're under arrest.
What? What am I being arrested for? I didn't do anything wrong, see?
You made Riley a bad person. She was forced to ditch Bree and Grace. She woke up out of bed, and opened the red file, finding out she was not ready. You also tricked Riley too.
Well, I did all that because I was too scared to hear if Riley would look cool.
Looking cool has nothing to do with what you did and how that got you in trouble in the first place, so stop making excuses. Let's get in the police car.
So Roxanne, what are you thinking about?
Well, Hal, I'm thinking about having a date with Bernard. I've been working with you long enough. And by the way, I'm glad you're not upset.
Why would I be upset? I've learned that I can't force anyone to fall in love with me. That's like forcing girls to kiss a clown.
I'm glad that you've figured out how wrong it is to force me to fall for your loving antics.
Hey! What's going on? Who's touching me?
Hal Stewart, you're under arrest.
Excuse me, officer, what is he arrested for?
He is arrested for mass murder, public endangerment, usurpation, assault and battery, stalking, theft, terrorism, mass property damage, kidnapping, and attempted papilicide.
Roxanne. What's going on?
Bernard, I just saw an officer arresting Hal for multiple crimes when he was a superhero. Weird, right?
I think we would have to see the judge for this. Maybe he's gotta ask us to bail him out of jail.
Well, looks like I'm the first person here. Well, it's time to open the restaurant. Hey, who's grabbing me?
Mr. Skinner, you're under arrest for animal cruelty, abuse of power, attempted theft, attempted sabotage, assault and battery, kidnapping and non-consensual deoxyribonucleic acid.
What are you talking about? I've never done anything like that. And what do you mean, deoxyribonucleic acid? That's DNA.
Sir, I'm not gonna answer your question. Because I'm not gonna waste time arguing with you. Let's go.
Look Bowser, I've made this plan to destroy Mario and Sonic. See the red dots? Those are the victims to kill.
Oh look, I've put guns and bombs to destroy them. This'll be good.
Freeze Eggman and Bowser.
Great. Now I must sneak to Mr. Krabs' restaurant and snatch his secret formula without getting caught. Not so fast, Plankton. You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. Hey, stop running. Stop right there now. What am I arrested for? Plankton, you're being charged with attempted universal domination, murder, mass kidnapping, abuse of power, harassment, gross negligence, and enforced cannibalism. You're going to the court trial along with 8 other villains.
Oh my god, look at you two. You both seriously need some lessons to learn at school. 6 7
6 7 6 7 6 7 6 7 6 7. Timmy and Chloe looking like a fool. They should be thrown into a big-ass pool.
Vicky and Denzel Crocker. You two are under arrest.
For what? What have I done, and what has Crocker done?
Vicky, you're being charged with child abuse, attempted murder, torture, harassment, vandalism, starvation, animal cruelty, and illegal use of weapons.
And Mr. Crocker is being charged with world domination, enslavement, theft, harassment, torture, child abuse, mass kidnapping, vandalism, and invasion.
Let's go right now.
Good day, officer. How can I help you?
Are you Charles Muntz?
Yes, I am. Why do you ask?
You're under arrest for serial murder, arson, gross negligence, death threats, kidnapping, animal cruelty, assault and battery. Turn around.
This is unethical. I can't believe you're doing this.
Stop talking and start walking.
Good morning, Mr. Harrison.
Good morning, Officer Grayson. Did you bring all 9 of the villains?
Yes, we've all just arrested Anxiety from Inside Out 2, Hal Stewart from Megamind, Chef Skinner from Ratatouille, Plankton from SpongeBob, Vicky and Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents. Charles Muntz from Pixar Up, Bowser, and Dr. Eggman. We'll bring them in right now.
Hey, what is going on? Why is the judge mad at us?
I should be recording the news reporter explaining the news.
And I should be opening the restaurant. Linguini and Colette are gonna wonder where I am.
Enough talking, all of you. You three and the other 6 villains are brought here because of your actions. And now, it's about time to hand out the consequences. Anxiety, you are convicted of false imprisonment, kidnapping, trespassing, manipulation and deception. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, as you see, since Riley turned 13, we were added to headquarters. We've kicked out the old emotions because we assumed Riley doesn't need them anymore. Joy doesn't need her. I did all that because Joy was making Riley a complete fool out of herself. She deserved all of that.
That was the stupidest thing you ever did. You kicked out Joy and her friends because you corrupted Riley. You snatched Riley's good self and threw it all the way to the dump. You should realize that you're putting too much pressure on her. She almost had a heart attack, and she could have died from that. You should be charged with attempted murder. Hal Stewart, you are convicted of mass murder, public endangerment, usurpation, assault and battery, stalking, theft, terrorism, mass property damage and kidnapping. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I've been trying to woo Roxanne Ritchie. But instead, it never worked. She decides to love Bernard over me, which turned out to be Megamind. I became a superhero to impress Roxanne, but she still didn't like me, so that's why I attempted to destroy Megamind for tricking me, and Roxanne for not liking me.
How, are you kidding me? That's how you became a villain? You, Megamind and Roxanne remind me of Beauty and the Beast Gaston. You've been trying to get Roxanne to love you. How, you are clearly the worst person ever. Megamind only tricked you and Roxanne to make you a hero, but instead, you decide to turn evil for feeling rejected. Shame on you. Chef Skinner, you're convicted of animal cruelty, abuse of power, attempted theft, attempted sabotage, assault and battery, kidnapping and non-consensual deoxyribonucleic acid. What do you have to say for this matter?
Fine, I admit. Linguini brought a rat to my restaurant. I asked him to kill it, but instead, the rat uses him as a puppet of some sort. Afterwards, I've sent the health inspector.
What you're not understanding is that Linguini needed Remy, otherwise he could lose his job. You don't want to see him get fired. Oh, wait, you do. Because you'd like to do that. You've been very abusive towards him and the others. You've been attempting to kill animals in a very cruel way. You're clearly the most abusive man ever. Shame on you. Now, I call Joy from inside out to the stand.
Anxiety, I can't believe you would kick us out from headquarters and falsely put us to Riley's secret vault. Seriously, you just need to admit that Riley needs us too. You're mentally sick in the head. I hope Riley removes you from headquarters. I ask the judge to give you prison time until nostalgia is allowed in headquarters. That's all I have to say, Your Honor.
Now to call Megamind to the stand.
Oh my god, Hal Stewart. I can't believe you would destroy Metro City just because Roxanne doesn't want to love you. That's not how love works. Seriously, I would fix the damage, but I did make a big mistake making you a hero. I wish you were never a hero to begin with. You ought to be ashamed for destruction of Metro City. What is wrong with you? You're supposed to be a hero, who saves the city from ruin, not ruin the city yourself and act like a supervillain. No wonder Roxanne thinks you're such a waste of breath. I hope Hal is removed from his job as a cameraman and gets life in prison with no chances of parole. That's all I have to say, Your Honor. And Roxanne, hope you can forgive me. I bet they're all guilty.
Megamind is right. Since I adjudicate you all guilty, let's go through the sentencing. Anxiety for false imprisonment, kidnapping, trespassing, manipulation and deception. You are sentenced to 6 years in the detention center, and 4 years of probation. Hal Stewart, for mass murder, public endangerment, usurpation, assault and battery, stalking, theft, terrorism, mass property damage, kidnapping and attempted populicide. You are sentenced to 7 years and 6 months in detention center and 3 years of probation, and Skinner, for animal cruelty, abuse of power, attempted theft, attempted sabotage, assault and battery, kidnapping and non-consensual deoxyribonucleic acid. You are permanently removed from your job as a cook, and you're sentenced to 5 years in prison without probation. Cops, take them away and bring in the next group.
Hey, what is going on here? Why are we brought here?
Yeah, I need to open the school, now, or else.
Shut up both of you. You're all brought here because of your crimes. And how those crimes got you all in trouble. You're all arrested because I've seen all of your sins. Plankton, you're convicted of attempted universal domination, murder, mass kidnapping, abuse of power, harassment, gross negligence, and enforced cannibalism. What do you have to say for this matter?
This was all because of Eugene Krabs. Ever since we were kids, we worked together to make Krabby Patties, but instead, Eugene took the ingredients and made it into a formula. When all that happened, I've spent my whole life trying to steal the formula, and getting someone to steal it for me, but all the attempts failed, including controlling SpongeBob,
says the one who tried to steal the secret formula. Eugene had every right to do that, because you've decided on your own to ruin the recipe to make Krabby Patties. Not only that, you should realize that stealing the crown and making King Neptune freeze Eugene is theft, manipulation, and even murder. For shame, pity on you. Vicky, you are convicted of child abuse, attempted murder, torture, harassment, vandalism, starvation, animal cruelty, illegal use of weapons. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, as you may know, Timmy and Chloe are a bunch of naughty kids. I abuse them because they need to be taught a lesson for being bad and evil. I've even harassed them too. They deserved all that karma because, like I said, they need to be taught a strict lesson.
That was very insane of you to do that. You're supposed to be a babysitter for Timmy and Chloe, not an insane manslaughter. You've been abusing those kids secretively. You're the one being bad and evil because of how you're abusing those poor children. What is the matter with you? You are not to abuse them that way. Shame on you. Denzel Crocker, you are convicted of world domination, enslavement, theft, harassment, torture, child abuse, mass kidnapping, vandalism, and invasion. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, as you see, Timmy Turner is such a bad student. Ever since school started, he's been hiding his fairy godparents away from me. So I've been trying to destroy Timmy. And when Timmy won every fight against me, I've made plans to destroy and abuse Timmy, and bribe anyone who helped me destroy him.
Bullshit. You should realize that abusing Timmy Turner and trying to destroy him is against the law. And you said you would bribe anyone who destroyed him? That is very insane. To make matters worse, you even allowed child abuse in your school without letting the principal notice. You are the ugliest, and the worst teacher ever. Charles Muntz, you are convicted of serial murder, arson, gross negligence, death threats, kidnapping, animal cruelty, assault and battery. What do you have to say for yourself?
It's all Carl's fault. If they hadn't interfered with my plan to bring the most rare and non-existent bird alive, I wouldn't be considered a villain. I fought Carl for the bird, and honestly, I never did any negligence at all, so you shouldn't charge me with.
Shut your damn mouth, Charles. You're convicted with negligence for tying a child to a chair and almost sending him to fall to his death. But thanks to Carl that saved him, so I call SpongeBob SquarePants and Eugene Krabs to the stand.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, Plankton, you good-for-nothing thief. I can't believe you would steal King Neptune's crown and blame it on me, and steal my secret formula. SpongeBob and I are very mad at you.
Yeah, you even controlled my brain back in 1999 to confiscate the secret formula. You sent someone to kill me and Patrick. How dare you so much? I hope you get live in prison.
That's all we have to say, Your Honor. I would adjudicate Plankton and the other villains Guilty.
Lastly, I call Timmy Turner's parents to the stand.
Vicky and Denzel Crocker, we can't believe you would abuse our son and his friend Chloe. They are under 11 years old. We clearly wish Vicky wasn't our son's babysitter.
Yeah, I also heard that Vicky tried everything to abuse our son to death. And Mr. Crocker even tried to destroy him too. That was the goriest thing you ever did.
Yeah, so, I hope the judge gives them the sentence worse than putting them to death. I wish their bodies are subjected to hanging from the gallows. That's all we have to say.
Well, it's time to hand out your sentences, because I adjudicate you all guilty. Neither of you have any remorse for what you did, and even tried to blame your crimes on others. Plankton, for attempted universal domination, murder, mass kidnapping, abuse of power, harassment, gross negligence, and enforced cannibalism. You are sentenced to 8 years in prison, and 4 months of probation. Vicky, for child abuse, attempted murder, torture, harassment, vandalism, starvation, animal cruelty, and even illegal use of weaponry. You are permanently removed from your job as a babysitter, and you are sentenced to 15 years in prison, and 9 months of probation. Denzel Crocker, for world domination, enslavement, theft, harassment, torture, child abuse, mass kidnapping, vandalism, and invasion. You are removed from your job as a teacher, for good, and you are sentenced to 20 years in prison, without probation. And finally, Charles Muntz, for serial murder, arson, gross negligence, death threats, kidnapping, animal cruelty, assault and battery. You are also removed from your job as an explorer and adventurer. And you're sentenced to 25 years in prison with no probation. Cops, get these handcuffed losers out of here and bring in the last 2.
Hey, what the hell is going on? Why is Mario and Sonic next to the judge?
Oh, so this is the thanks we get for being villains.
Shut your ugly mouths, you ugly, fat-ass cows. You're both brought here because of your crimes. Mario and Sonic are here with me because I told them to sit here. Dr. Eggman. You are convicted of mass murder, terrorism, abuse of power, animal cruelty, enslavement, theft, destruction of property, sabotage and attempted domination. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, since 1993, Sonic has always been foiling my plans to take over the world. I've had it up to the height of this courthouse, so I've been planning all my life to kill him.
That was very insane of you to do that. You even tricked Knuckles into telling him that Sonic is trying to steal the Master Emerald, which results in him and Sonic fighting. Bowser, you're convicted of mass kidnapping, attempted mass marriage, theft, poaching, invasion, abuse of power, enslavement, pollution, and brainwashing. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I've had the same result as Eggman did. I was also taking over the world. But no thanks to Mario and Luigi that stopped me. So, I tried killing them. With traps and stuff.
Bowser, you cow-sized buffoon. What you don't understand is that you even forced Peach to marry you. She hates you so much with passion that she wishes you were dead. Hey Mario and Sonic, do you two have anything to say before I hand out their sentences?
Bowser, you big, fat ass, bastard that is so fat that people use you as a parade balloon. I can't believe you would force Peach to marry you. That's not how love works, you idiot. Luigi and I stopped you from taking over the world because you were gonna corrupt the entire planet and turn the entire galaxy evil. You're just jealous that Peach loves me, not you.
Eggman, Robotnik, how dare you trick Knuckles into thinking that I'm stealing the Master Emerald? I've told him otherwise, at least he trusts me. I can't believe you did that to me. I hope Bowser and Dr. Robotnik get the death sentence. Like, send them to hell. That's all we have to say, Your Honor.
I agree with Sonic. Bowser and Dr. Eggman, for mass kidnapping, attempted mass marriage, theft, poaching, invasion, abuse of power, enslavement, pollution, brainwashing, mass murder, terrorism, abuse of power, animal cruelty, enslavement, theft, destruction of property, sabotage and attempted domination. You both are sentenced to death. This means, you both will be sent to hell, and you'll burn until you become ash. Sent out the hell portal. Ugh, I can't stand those fat pigs. Hey everyone, Bowser and Eggman are dead.
So I took them all for a mansion tour. I said I had a